Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Janessa for those who don't know me, and today is Vlogmas Day 6. I can't believe that it's already December. It's like this year went by so fast. It's just crazy to me how fast time really goes, and we don't really notice until months after. I don't know, but in today's video I'm going to be reflecting on the year 2021 and saying all of the lessons that I have learned. I've noticed that with this year, all of the things that have happened to me and all of the things that I'm most proud of were internally, which means that I'm most proud of the person that I became and not so much proud of external events like getting awards and stuff like that. Just everything that has happened to me has become internal, and it just helped me realize what kind of person I can be and what I'm capable of. I'm going to be talking about each month of the year and what it taught me, because this year it felt like each month had its very own theme and it had its very own lesson. So we're just going to start with January. The start of January, the start of 2021, I felt crazy. I felt like everything was just going on, but I had no control over it. I just felt very out of control, and it just did not feel good at all. You know that feeling when nothing's going in your life, but you feel like everything's happening? I don't know the best way to describe it, but it's just like you're worrying about some things that don't even need to be in your attention right now. So one of the main lessons that I've learned in January was to ground myself into the present moment and stop worrying about things that I have no control over. And also I had some really bad trust issues, no lie. But luckily I've learned through that, or I'm still trying to learn through that. And it's just, January was a time to really ground myself, especially for the new year. So in February, it was a sort of better month. I learned that admitting things set you free. Like, I admitted something that I've repressed so down below for so many years, and it just felt amazing to get it out. This month had a lot of realization, and I finally dropped the idea of making others happy and making myself happy. I learned that whatever people think or whatever their opinions are, they do not matter. If something or someone makes you happy, go for it. Like, only you know when you're done with the situation or the person or not. And it's just, I didn't really deal with anybody's opinions that month, and it felt amazing because I've always been the type of person to people please, and I've always been the type of person to think about what others think so that they won't view me a certain way. But now I'm like, nah, I'm just going to do whatever makes me happy. I don't care what other people think. I don't care how they view me. So February was a month of realization. With March, this month was a month of healing, I'd say, or changing my perspective when it came to comparing myself to others and jealousy. I can sometimes be a very jealous person and compare myself to others, and it really takes a toll on me. I feel like I'm not good enough, or I feel like this person has this, why don't I have that? And it was just hard for me to realize that everybody has their own journey and that everybody has their own timeline. March has taught me how to deal with jealousy and comparison. I realized that I just had to change my perspective on things. If I feel myself being jealous and starting to compare myself to others, I can think, oh, they're having this right now and they're happy, and I'm happy for them. My time will come. It was just a matter of telling myself almost every day, almost like an affirmation, that my time will come and that I will be successful and I will be happy when the time is right. So in April was the month that I declared a minor in child development, and it really helped me go in the direction of what I wanted to do as a career. And I knew that I just wanted to work with children. So this month was very eye-opening when it came to careers. I narrowed my choices when it came to careers, and I remember being so stressed, and just worrying about, like, what if I don't make enough money? What if I don't have a healthy work-life balance? And looking back at it now, I'm like thinking, girl, you are only a third year. You have so much more life ahead of you. Don't worry too much. It just really has taught me that I have time to do all that I love. For some reason, I thought that I had no time and that I should just keep going and work myself out until I accomplish something. But in reality, we really do have a lot of time. We're just stuck in the mindset of getting stuff done before we're like, what, 25? And sometimes it's impossible, and we just have to get rid of that stigma that in order to be accomplished and successful, we have to be in our 20s. And it's just like, no matter how old you are and no matter how young you are, your time for being successful will come. Just don't rush it, because then you just start worrying about everything that is out of your control. The next month is May, and May was very eye-opening actually. I thought that I could, like, I swear that I could see aura colors. I remember going inside my roommate's room and having my roommate sit in front of a blank white wall, and I would just focus on her and just see if I could see any colors around her, and I swear I saw colors. So that was very eye-opening. Like, if I put my mind to it, I can see aura colors. But it may take me a while, and I do have to squint just like this in order to see a color around the person. But I swear, I think I could see aura colors. And May was the month that I got Nala, so I had a lot of responsibility, and a lot of money was spent that month for Nala. And I just remember starting to wake up at 9 every day, even though I used to sleep in. And it was hard at first because I wasn't used to sleeping. I wasn't used to waking up early, like at 9. And after I would feed Nala, I would just go straight to sleep until like, what, 11. But now I just stay up, and I just really appreciate Nala because she has taught me about responsibilities when it came to raising a child. I'm a parent, and I just love her so much. She's actually right next to me. She's chewing on my shoe. I'm letting her because she's just nibbling on it, but right now I'm going to give her a toy. Can I talk about Nala for a little bit? She is so sweet, and she just loves being next to me and touching me. I don't know, whenever I film, she always just comes to me and lays on my lap and plays with the toy, and I just love her. She's biting me. I swear she loves me. June was my birthday month, so obviously I did have a lot of fun when it came to my birthday and my birthday weekend, because sheesh, I loved it so much. It was just so much fun, but it was also a depressing month. I was just sad for no reason most of the time, and it was hard to get back into my happy self and motivated self because my room was messy. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything, and it was just hard to be back to the person that I was. So for July, this month was all about healing. I actually owned up to all of the things that I was feeling, or all of the things that are toxic about me, because you know that everybody has their toxic traits, and we should all work on healing that part of us. And it was just a lot of inner work, and I appreciate it so much. And that was the month that I first went to Hawaii, and it was so much fun, and it was a well-deserving break. So in August, I moved into my new apartment and started school, but I also may have lost a friendship, and it was really hard. I was sad, and I just remember like crying about it, but then I realized that people come and go for a reason, and that nobody's really permanent in their lives, because one way or another they're going to leave, or I'm going to leave, and it's just like people are temporary and you shouldn't be held up on somebody leaving you for a long time. When it comes to September, I realized that my happy place is sometimes being alone, and that's okay. I've always been the type of person to surround myself by people in order to feel better about myself. I guess it was kind of unhealthy because that's when I would be the happiest and I didn't learn how to be alone. But in September, I really learned how to be alone and to be in touch with myself, and sometimes I was the happiest being alone, and I just realized that that was okay, and I don't need a lot of people around me to feel the love because I have the love within myself. Do not get me started with October. October was Mercury retrograde, and I was depressed as no lie. It was just like every day I would feel kind of down or sad, and I would ask myself, why are you feeling sad? And I couldn't come up with an answer. But October was also the month where I did a lot of shadow work and tried to get that sadness out of me by owning up to it, feeling it, and just coming up with solutions to get rid of the sadness. And it helped. It made me feel better doing all the shadow work. I think I healed some childhood trauma, just a little tiny bit, but it was just it was a depressing month, but also a healing month. The last month right now is November. November was the month where I got 3 new books and I swore to myself that I was going to read throughout the year, but I only ended up reading 3 books 2 months before the year's ended, but that's okay because we're going to roll it over into 2022 and start getting a lot more books and start getting my reading count up, you know? But I learned a lot in November. I learned how to deal with my anger because I am someone who does not know how to deal with my anger. I shut down. I stonewall. I do not talk to anyone when I'm angry, and it's very unhealthy because all my feelings build up, and then when I get the chance to talk to the person, I start blowing up, and it's like, no, it is not healthy. I need to be able to deal with my anger, and it's like the way that I deal with my anger now is just realizing that the anger that I have is about something. And so I had to acknowledge the something that made me mad and ask, like, why did it make me mad? Like, is it really that serious? But there's just other ways that I deal with my anger, but I'm not going to go into much detail. I also learned so much about self-love. I got this book called The Book of Light, and it taught me so much about self-love and what I can do to take better care of myself. And it's just like it really uplifted me, and I recommend that book to everyone because it really does add self-love into your life. So that was a lot. I feel like we learned a lot this year. This year was filled with happiness, sadness, tears, anger, jealousy. The list goes on and on and on, but I am grateful for everything that has happened this year because it made me the person who I am today. And also, I journaled almost every day this year, and I'm so grateful because the way that I remembered about what I learned this year and not having the months combined and just separating month by month is because of my journaling. I look back in my journal, I was like, yep, that's what I learned. This year wasn't at all how I expected it to be. I expected us to go back to normal, to just live our normal lives again, but obviously that wasn't the case. And I don't know. I'm just grateful for everything that has happened, and I love my life right now, and I feel like that I'm in a really good place. And 2021 was for the books. 2021 treated me good. It taught me a lot of lessons. Even though it was an ass, it still taught me about myself and ways that I can improve myself. And I'm just grateful for all of the experiences and lessons that I have learned. And that is it for today's video. Feel free to comment down some of the lessons that you learned in 2021 because I would love to read them. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my socials down below in the description box. I hope you have a great day, night, week, month, and year, which is almost over. So just finish strong. And I also hope that you have a great holiday. Thank you. Bye.